Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about TikTok and this looming TikTok ban. Apparently, there is a vote coming up, I think tomorrow, to push this ban ahead on TikTok. And what would happen if TikTok gets banned is that the company would have like 5 or 6 months that they would have to sell it to an American company or get away from ByteDance, right? If they want to continue operations in the US. And now Rumble has put out a formal offer to buy TikTok. So this is pretty interesting because I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if Rumble has deep enough pockets for TikTok or what the asking price would be.
I'm sure it's going to be, if it gets to that point, which I don't know if it will, it's going to be really expensive.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, TikTok is the biggest YouTube competitor right now. And it would be a shortcut for a company like Rumble to leapfrog and you know, in some ways surpass YouTube. But that being said, golly, wouldn't it be funny if that did happen? Because I remember people telling me that there was no way that Elon Musk could buy Twitter. And he did buy Twitter. And Twitter is a very different place now from where it was a year and a half ago. And the other big far left holdout is TikTok. And if Rumble, of all places, of all companies, would buy it, people's heads would explode. Like, it would be insane. Then they would do a 30-second clip of like putting their head in the microwave or something.
Something like that.
You know?
Oh my God.
Hashtag head explode.
We're losing it. Eat a Tide Pod. Anyway.
So anyway, let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so TikTok is coming under fire again. Now, Trump is saying that he doesn't want it banned. Biden says he wants it banned, I guess, but they're still using it for his re-election campaign.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know, nobody really seems to know what to do with it, but TikTok was urging users this week, you know, stop the shutdown, call Congress. Apparently they had teenagers calling, threatening to put their heads in the microwave if they
They were not.
No, they were.
They were threatening to put their heads in the microwave.
They were threatening to kill themselves. I read somewhere that there were teenagers saying that they...
Okay, see, that's why TikTok's dangerous.
That's insane.
That just proves their point. Don't... Okay. You're just proving them right.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is going down. They've got grandmas calling because they don't understand what's going on. They're like, why do you want to take my TikToks away? But this kind of surprised me. I saw it earlier today on Twitter that Rumble made a formal offer to buy TikTok. This is coming from the Daily Mail. Of course, they have to put this in there. They can't just say, hey, Rumble wants to buy TikTok. Controversial free speech site Rumble wants to buy and operate TikTok.
I think TikTok sounds like the more controversial site.
I know.
Is it controversial because they tend to lean the way they don't like?
Rumble is basically what YouTube was about 10 or 15 years ago. That's it. From my personal vantage point, it is basically early YouTube. And that's the problem now because the media hasn't gotten to it yet. But yeah, they want to buy and operate TikTok in the US to stop Congress from banning the Chinese-owned app. Now, I just want to put this out there because I said that Amazon might get sick of Twitch and sell them, and Rumble would actually be a candidate to buy Twitch because they could, again, leapfrog over the competition by buying a pre-existing streaming platform. That being said, I think Twitch is kind of a waste of money, even though it's not doing very well. People try to argue with me that Twitch is fine. It's not fine. But TikTok would make a lot of sense.
I just think it's going to be very, very, very
It's going to be too expensive. I mean, it is. So, yeah, an American company has offered to buy TikTok to prevent the Chinese-owned app from a nationwide ban, according to the Daily Mail. A letter from Rumble CEO Chris Pavlovski surfaced on the company's X page Tuesday, declaring his online video platform is ready to acquire and operate TikTok in the U.S. Pavlovski stated his case further by explaining Rumble would store data safely and securely in the U.S. with its newly launched cloud service. They said they could store data safely and securely in the U.S. with the newly launched cloud service that advocates for the free and open internet And the letter comes as the House of Representatives has threatened to ban TikTok if its parent company ByteDance does not sell, citing national security concerns about the Chinese government's access to user data. Now, it's interesting. You just pointed out that it's not just Rumble that's interested. They said that there actually is a group of people. So this is coming from Rumble. Dear Mr. Chu, in the event that ByteDance divests its ownership in TikTok, Rumble is ready to join a consortium with other parties seeking to acquire and operate TikTok inside the U.S. Specifically, we are ready to serve as a cloud technology partner. Yesterday, Rumble announced the public launch of Rumble Cloud. So they're using this to push Rumble Cloud too, and they did this with Pal World. They're like, "Oh, your servers are overwhelmed. Oh, you should come to Rumble." Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a new infrastructure as a service offering that champions the free and open internet. Basically, think Amazon, but Rumble. All data on the Rumble Cloud is stored safely and securely at sites inside of the U.S. on Rumble's own neutral and independent infrastructure. It's in Trump's basement in Mar-a-Lago. That's where it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Rumble's offer to serve as a partner to a consortium to acquire and operate TikTok is subject to the negotiation of a definitive agreement. Yeah, I don't think Rumble would have the money on their own, although Peter Thiel does have deep pockets, and he is a backer of Rumble. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the stock went up. It's $7.69 a share. And they said that their shares soared by more than 15% just moments after the offer surfaced. In the event that ByteDance divests its ownership, they're ready to.
But that's a lot of ifs.
That's a lot of ifs.
First, they have to, agree to that they're going to shut down TikTok in the U.S. unless somebody else buys it. And I don't know, because there's going to be a lot of pressure on that one, because a lot of people use TikTok. It is concerning though, because there's questions about data and all that, and I get it. But even if that happens, it doesn't mean that they might just stay shut down. It doesn't mean that ByteDance would sell it to somebody in the U.S. It might just keep it shut down. You know what I'm saying? They
were going to sell it to Oracle, I thought, the last time this came up, and then that deal fell through. And the ban, they kind of cooled their heels on it a little bit. And now they're talking about banning it again. The worst thing that could happen is it winds up going to like Facebook or something. You know what I'm saying? Because we already have a media monopoly, and then Facebook buying TikTok would be, it'd just be too much power, I think, in one place. But it's interesting. They can't just say, "Hey, Peter Thiel has some money in it. Vivek Ramaswamy has some money in it." No. The platform has become home to dozens of QAnon supporting channels. Left-leaning Media Matters for America published research last year after finding at least 27 channels that have been banned from other platforms.
So because they wouldn't ban the channels, they want to ban their mat.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
But TikTok has been a big problem for a lot of reasons for years, but that's not questionable. And I'm sure there's weird QAnon crap on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. The House Representatives said on Monday that they're moving ahead with the bill that would require ByteDance to sell TikTok, and leadership is set to vote on the measure on Wednesday. If passed, ByteDance would have 6 months to divest itself of TikTok and other applications to avoid a nationwide ban. Elon Musk shared his opinion on the bill in an X post on Tuesday. This law is not just about TikTok, it's about censorship and government control. If it were just about TikTok, it would only cite foreign control about the issue, but it does not. And Trump also voiced opposition. So it's like, I don't know if it's going to get banned or not. I have no idea. I'm of two minds of this. Like, on one hand, I think TikTok is terrible. I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of really weird shit pops up on.
There's a lot of weird stuff
pops up on TikTok. I think that I think there is some psychological manipulation going on with TikTok. I think that the weirdness that began on Tumblr and migrated to Twitter has just grown exponentially on TikTok, and is definitely influencing younger people, Gen Z in particular. But that being said, it is concerning that the government's like, yeah, we don't like this app. We're going to ban it. Because I thought we were all like, hey, they're trying to get rid of Parler. They're trying to get rid of, this site or that site or whatever.
That's true. It's the best at the precedent.
Yeah.
And
So
that's very true.
all they have to do is tie your company to some foreign power or foreign country or something. Be like, well, they were trying to do this with like Russian game developers and stuff too. They're like, yeah, the game developer doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on overseas, but they're like, well, because you're part of Russian whatever group, we're not going to carry your games on Steam. Or
I think though it has a lot to do with like information and the who's getting the information.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, I like this. Not controversial. Controversial free speech site Rumble. Controversial.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm like, if you're going to say I think of the two, TikTok's more controversial.
Like they could afford it. Rumble's only worth $2.2 billion. TikTok makes $7.74 billion.
Well, that's what I said at first. But then they want to be part of a group. Like that makes more sense. The consortium, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be interesting though if you actually did have a bunch of right-wing investors buy it, because this is another site. It's like Twitter, where it was kind of a bastion of far left ideology. And if you had people like Peter Thiel come in and say, "Hey, I want to buy this site," maybe like Elon Musk buying Twitter. But I don't know. I think it would probably kill off TikTok at that point. People would be like, "Nah, we're not gonna," because then all the hit pieces would be like far left, video app TikTok, where all the bigots and the Nazis hang out. They're doing it to Twitter now. They're like, when Twitter was good before the Nazis bought it.
Yeah, because this is election year, and they're mad because they want platforms that they can control. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about.
Everybody's like, there's nothing controversial about Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble hasn't. I mean, it never gets mentioned. Usually they talk shit about X and Facebook constantly, but now this is controversial. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Rumble, look, my personal opinion of Rumble is that it is basically, again, YouTube from 10 or 15 years ago. And the people that they're like, well, they've been banned from other platforms. Yeah, but they started on YouTube. They got banned because the media kept squawking about certain people, and that's what got them banned. But, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, they're taking the opportunity, I think, to latch on to TikTok to throw shade at Rumble. Which most people forget exists, personally. Anyway, we got to wrap this up.
Yep.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.